Good morning, it's Margaret Fetty at the University of Sewing and is Facebook Live. Okay guys, we have a nice little giveaway for you today. But you know what? I'm holding a football. I guess I should talk about that first, huh? Indiana is ranked, I think, #1 now in the Big Ten. Did you know there's 18 teams in the Big Ten? Shouldn't they call it the Big 18 now? I don't know. It's very odd. Very odd. But it's a game day here in Bloomington, so don't come to the shop until after 12 o'clock. After 12 o'clock, the roads will be fine. But up until 12, it will be chaotic. Lots of people. So wait until after 12, and then after 12, everything will be calm. You can even go out and eat lunch at after 12 because it will be calm in comparison to right now where people are trying to get into the game. But very exciting for IU. IU, I believe, has ESPN there today, and that's never happened before. So for those of you who have great football teams, you probably have no idea, but IU's typically been a terrible football team. And how we ended up with this amazing coach who brought all these amazing players with him. Thank you, whoever he is, but I'm just saying this is pretty cool. So I'm going to put our little football away, and I'm going to tell you what our giveaway today is. Now, remember how this rolls. If you are watching on Facebook, for the next 24 hours, if you share and put in the comments that you shared, we will put your name into a drawing to win our prizes. And we give away a prize pretty much every Facebook Live. Today we have a luggage identifier that is a Schmetz needle card. But the best thing to do with the Schmetz needle card, if you have one of these, is to put it in your sewing room so you know what the different symbols on the needle mean, so you don't have to go and get your magnifying glass out and try to read it. So that's what you use this for. Oh, by the way, on the 14th of November, we are going to do a Zoom meeting with Rhonda Pierce of Schmetz Needles, and you can learn more about needles. And it's actually a pretty fascinating thing if you get into it a little bit. So if you're nerdy like me about needles, you'll want to see that. And anytime that you have questions about needles, we have a pretty knowledgeable staff here, and we have some great little books to hand out to you if you need those. If you order something online at universityofsewing.com, you can always put a note in there and say, can you include a Schmetz needle book? We get them for free from Schmetz, and we will happily give them to you for free. So if you want one, just let us know in the notes if you order something. So today's giveaway is their wonderful little luggage tag and an Arrow retractable tape measure. Now, special news about Arrow. A little bit ago, we became an Arrow dealer, and we are getting ready to have our entry into dealer being a dealership. And so that is what's going on with this Arrow thing, is we're going to become an official dealership, and we're going to be rolling out some very neat specials for the month of November. So keep an eye out for that. If you've been wanting an Arrow chair, this might be the time for you, because we'll have a special deal on the chairs and some special deals on our cabinets. So look for that. By the way, Arrow is going to be offering some great things for like Black Friday. So if you're in the market for a cabinet or a chair, make sure that you keep an eye out for all of that information. It will be in our newsletters. So, are you on our newsletters? If you haven't signed up for our newsletters, why aren't you on our newsletters? You will be missing out on all the cool. We have some really wonderful sales coming up. And between Bernina and Arrow and OESD, get on those newsletters and make sure you know what's going on. I have some really great things to show you today. We got in some new products, and I want you to see them. I am, first of all, going to show off this great She Who Sews calendar, and it is darling. If you are familiar with Riley Blake's J. Wrecker Frisch, she has all these We Who Sew panels that she puts out. And then there's so many cute things here. Don't you need this? I like a physical calendar in my life, and this is the only calendar that I cared about getting this year. So I hope you will enjoy it.
And what do you have hanging up in your sewing room?
I have one hanging up in my sewing room. Yes, I do. And are you looking for some sweet little notes to go ahead and give a friend? Let them know that they're loved. Add this into a gift, whatever. We have these 7 little note cards that come in a package with envelopes. And wait a minute, it's probably, is it 7? Let me see. We're going to see. 8. There's 8 of them in here. 8 little cards with little notes. And they are less than $1 a piece, guys. And they are so sweet. Don't you need some of these? That's a great little stocking stuffer. It's a great thing to have on hand when you want to put a card and a note in with something. Those are going to be really nice for you. So those are a really great deal. I think I've probably shown this before, but it never hurts to come back and show you again. How about a little bag to put in your luggage, either for just general things if you're traveling, or if you're going to a class or retreat. This is a nice big size. It will hold a lot of different things, and like putting your seam ripper and your rotary cutter so you know where to find them really quickly. Very cute little zippered pouch. It is, I want to say, of course they don't tell you how big it is because that would be too convenient. But I'm thinking, because of the size of this, it's probably at least 7 by 9, I'm thinking. So great size on that. Something very useful for you. And don't forget, we have these great little needle holders from Colonial Needle. Put your needles in there so you know which ones you've got. And then you aren't wasting a needle you've only used for a couple of minutes. So I know I change needles out very frequently. I had somebody recently come up to the shop and they're like, well, why don't you just use universal needles all the time? Well, I don't just use universal needles. If you've ever been to one of my mastery classes, I really recommend using the actual needle you need for a job. So if you are piecing, I highly recommend that for cottons and batiks, you use Microtex needles. And the biggest size you would generally need for piecing regular cotton is going to be a size 12. But if you're piecing batiks, go down to a size 10. I bet you'll have less skipped stitches and less aggravation. So let's go over here for a second. I want to point out one thing that maybe you don't know, but on your sewing machine, and yes, I am showing a 990, but this is true of all Bernina sewing machines. I just want to cover this because even if you own a different brand, you probably have something like this, or you can at least set your sewing machine up to do it. So on the Bernina sewing machines, they always have kind of a quilting area. And right now, if you are looking for a stitch that is going to be your perfect stitch for quilting, it turns out that on most Bernina sewing machines, it's a 1303. And what it does is it changes your stitch length to a 2.0. Most of us, when we turn on our sewing machine, our straight stitch is at 2.5, and our tension is at the default. Well, what Bernina has done for the quilting stitch is they made the stitch length smaller for piecing, and they lessened the tension so that the seam wouldn't pucker. So if you are having any problems with your seam puckering a little bit, or say your stitches, when you piece something, they kind of, at the tops, at the ends of each of your piecing, they're starting to split apart, try changing your stitch length to a 2. Try changing your tension so you lessen it a little bit, make it a little bit less tight, and I'll bet you're going to really like the results you get when you piece. And a lot of people don't realize that they have access to that. Like I said, most of the time, my guess is that some of the other brands probably have a stitch like that, but for sure, if you own a Bernina, you definitely have that. And even if you don't, it's very easy to change your tension and change your stitch length, and you will get great results. Okay, so remember that I'm going to get back to this in a minute, but our panels and our kits are all 25% off through the end of the month. We've only got a week, guys, before that's all over with. So if you've been putting that off, I would highly recommend that you go back and look through the website and see if there's some panels or some kits you want right now, because there's some really pretty things. But, you know, I'm going to just tell you, I had to stop and show you these gorgeous fabrics we just got from Robert Kaufman. These all have a little bit of gold, that, you know, a little bit of gold metallic on them, and they're very, very pretty. So we have this gorgeous blues with some teal in it, and then we have our color of yellow gold going through it, and the gold's going around each of those. It's a gorgeous fabric, and I really cannot tell you how happy I was when I got these fabrics, because what occurred to me is this is one of those times where the fabric was actually prettier than what I expected. So I was very excited to get these. Now, this one, it was really funny. We were showing off all the fabrics we liked, and my friend Mona said this was her favorite, and I said this was my favorite. I love this with the pinks and the blues in it, and then it's got some purples. It is so gorgeous. It's from Alara Skinner, and the it's Advocate Art is the name of the designs. Wait a minute, I'm wrong. It's called Golden Vibes. Golden Vibes. But it's in the latest arrivals on our website, so take a look at that. They're so pretty. Okay, let me show you some other ones from this same line. Look at this. Pinks and golds. It is just absolutely gorgeous. You know, a little bit of this would go a long way in making your next quilt really shine. If you're more of a blue person, we have that same print now in this gorgeous blues and purples with the gold. Very, very lovely. Then let's go to some peaches and browns. This one has our stacked blocks, our tumbling blocks pattern on it, or a star. Both of them happen in this fabric. I see the tumbling blocks, but other people tell me they see the stars all through it. So it's a very fun fabric. And then we have just a very, very classic kind of diamond pattern with the gold making the pattern. And that's done on a cream background. But what if you want something really spectacular and bright and flashy? This one, with all of its colors going through it, it's got teals and pinks. And, you know, a lot of times I would say those are too much colors, but in this fabric, they did a really good job. I think it's pretty gorgeous, and it is really going to speak for something wonderful. If nothing else, every one of these would make the most gorgeous gift bag. And I'm going to suggest to you that this year, before you get ready for the holidays, think about those fabrics you've got in your stash that you haven't used up yet, or maybe you want to come in and get some new fabrics. Make some gift bags this year, because it's cheaper, for one thing, than those silly bags that we get at the 5 and dime, and you won't be putting paper into the landfill. And then after the holidays are over with, they can reuse that bag. So I'm going to recommend that you really think about that. We're going to come over here for just a second. We have got patterns and kits all over this shop, and I just want you to see what's here. So we've got some gorgeous panels. Dave, show them Running Wild, that beautiful horse panel. All we did with this to make this really pop and shine was we just put 2 borders on it. We pulled the blue that was in it. It's kind of a green blue. And then we used a really pretty brown that's not actually a solid. It's more of a mottled color. And it is very reminiscent of the colors of the brown horses. This is a really, really cute way to use this panel. So we've got those panels available right now. And see, here's that beautiful horse from the front of there. And he is going to make you a great gift for someone who's a fan of horses. Now, of course, this could be turned into this could be turned into a lap size quilt. All you would need to do is just lengthen it in either direction, and you've got it set for a lap size quilt that could go on somebody's couch, or maybe a dorm room, or for somebody you know is a horse lover that's maybe in college. That would be a lovely gift. Panels, we've got everything from some gorgeous Susan, what is Sue? I forget her last name, but this really pretty tree panel. We've got that available. We've got the Dragonfly table set from that latest arrival from Northcott. We've even got a really pretty quilt kit here. You've got a mantle scarf that you can make with bats, and all of these things are 25% off, including our sample gates panel. If you are in the market for that, that may be something that you want to use. So that is a really nice one. And I also don't want you to forget kits. So if you like the Tessala 2.0, it is a rainbow set of colors. It's got a beautiful kind of white neutral background that you can use, and then it's got ombre fabrics for the rest of this, and it is so simple. Needle in the haystack, it's one of their patterns, which are always nicely done, so it's really great. Go ahead and think about that for something available. We're gonna head back into the shop a little bit further. I told you we have lots of patterns and quilts. Oh, Dave, we have to stop. If you want a quilt as you go project that is very easy to use up your scraps and very nice, we've got this cute little tote bag, and this is a pattern that you can buy from us. This is one of originals by Rachel, who works for us, Rachel Burke, and we can send you this lickety split and you can have your own pattern. So really cute. Honest to goodness, that bag is so pretty. I want to stop right here and show you our Happy Baubles table runner and our Christmas tree table runner. These, by the way, we made these up in both Christmas kits and in a variety of other kits. So it doesn't have to be just one kind of kit. These are available to you. They normally were $29.95. It says $24.95, but I'm going to just tell you a secret. It's actually, I think, only $22.95, because when we give you the 25% discount, they're even less expensive. So we've got them in Christmas colors, and we've got them in a variety of other things, especially like autumn and things like that for the tree one. It's very pretty, and you know, we'd used our decorative stitches on both of these to really make those appliques pop. And it's a very simple process. With this one, it was appliqued on with fusible applique, like a Wonder Under. And on these, they're actually pieced. So if you don't like to do applique, this one is really nice in that regard. But you know something? If you like the table runner here that we've got, you don't have to add those. They don't have to be there. So you can do whatever you want. You can embroider that section. You can do whatever you want. So we've got some really cute quilted bowl cozies. These are only $17, and because the kits are 25% off, they are really, really inexpensive. It comes with your everything to do. It comes with both sides of the fabric and the batting, and you are good to go. So these are really fun. We've got them in a variety of different colors, And so what do you, look at how pretty these are, guys. So if you're looking for a really fast, great kit to put together, these are really nice. So very much, we all need some bowl cozies. And these are for a 6-inch and an 8-inch bowl cozy. It creates 4 of them. So that's pretty nice. All right. Let's come on back here because we have some great kits for you if you haven't seen these yet. So I think I showed you guys this last week. We've got from the Quilted Fox design, we have Full Bloom, and it uses that wonderful panel from Northcott that we just got. And you've got these wonderful things going on, a great kit. And it makes a 68 by 86 quilt. So that's going to be big enough for a queen size bed if you guys want. Okay. We have a wonderful little pinwheel quilt here. And we did it in some very modern colors. So this one has this wonderful background fabric. And notice how traditional it looks in that pattern. Well, when you see the colors that you can get in this, you are going to be really shocked at how different this quilt's going to look. You've got all these jewel tones, and they are here to do a gorgeous, gorgeous quilt for you. So, all kinds of beautiful jewel tones, guys. This is going to be a really pretty quilt, and it's just very easy piecing because all you've got is half square triangles and squares. So if you're looking for a great fast quilt made up in gorgeous colors, go ahead and consider this one because it is just going to be a beauty. And this quilt will end up being, let's see, there's 6 different size options, and this is for the 54 by 54. So it's a great little lap quilt size. So very nice. You guys can do that. Now, I always think the boys are a little bit more difficult to get a great quilt kit together for. So how about Dinosaur Park? We've got a great dinosaur panel, some very simple piecing. You've got basically some flying geese in here, very simple stuff, some half square triangles to action going on. Very, very simple, and you can make this quilt in no time. It ends up being, let's find out how big it is. It's 70 by 80, so it'll fit on their beds. So if you're looking for a great quilt for that boy in your life, I think this is a super cute one. Although I shouldn't say that, because you know who in my life would love this is my oldest granddaughter. She loves dinosaurs. So if you have a child in your life that is into dinosaurs, you might even have somebody you love who loves dinosaurs who's not a child. This is a fun, fun quilt. The dinosaurs are not really super cutesy. They're just about, I would call that middle ground. They're not super scary, but they're a little scary. So really great idea there. Okay, so what if you want a smaller project? What if you're not looking for something real big? How about these beautiful Desert Star fabrics and what we used with it? No, it's not exactly this. It's more like that. So where we've got these wonderful autumn colors, and look at how pretty these are. So are you looking for a really pretty table runner? What a nice gift this would be for somebody, and it is a really fast project. So we have a kit probably for almost every taste, from very elegant to very contemporary to really fun. And if you are looking for something that you want, you know, we all want a project from time to time that is just fast and quick and we can get it done in no time. This table runner, when you take 25% off of it, it's only $25, guys. And you take 25% off, you are looking at something that is under $20. What if you put this in your, maybe you have a grab bag with your quilt gilt. This might be a good project to put in there so that somebody can get a really nice, fast thing to put together for a lovely gift. Or hey, nothing knocking the gift idea, but I wouldn't mind that for my own house. So I think that you guys should consider some of these really great quilt kits, some really great projects here. And don't forget the panels. You can do a tremendous amount with panels. A lot of times we don't think about it. We've made dresses with panels. We've made these really great chenille quilts. In fact, let's go over there and finish up with this idea. We don't have the same exact Santa panel, but we have a similar one. First, we're going to show off the Santa panel because we have it hanging up in the shop. And this is Santa's Naughty and Nice panel. So, Dave, if you can get that panel in the center there of Santa, but there's also the white Santa. So, there's some really pretty Santa panels here, guys. So, I'm going to show you these panels. We've got both of them. Well, actually, everything up on the wall, we have all those panels. And so if you were looking for something unique to do with a panel, we have got this really great quilt that our wonderful Joellen was nice enough to make for us. Now, Dave, make sure you get a picture of the little dog down at the bottom. He's so cute. And there's a little teddy bear. This is such a great quilt panel. And you can do so many things with this. So let's go. Oh, don't forget, we have the national parks too. So the national parks panel, we have that in a variety of different ways. There's 3 different ones. So hopefully you will find something here that's going to speak to you. But let's go ahead. I showed you the sample gates panel earlier. Here's our quilt and sample gates panel where we use that panel and make this great quilt out of that. It's very, very lovely. And so let's go ahead over here. Oh, by the way, the National Parks ones, we're going through those pretty fast, guys. So if you are interested, you will want to do that. So let's go back and show off, the other. We went ahead and did again where we just framed the quilt and then quilted it, and I thought, wouldn't this make a really cool wall hanging or a tablecloth in your house so you guys can talk about all the places you've been and where the trips are. So we've got some great panels right now, so, and some great kits. Oh, by the way, check out this one. How pretty is that? But let's end up right here. This is how you can use 4 of the same panels. It is done with a chenille technique where what you do is, in this situation, it was set with your stitching going in 4 different directions. So here's the stitching lines right here. So you need at least 4 panels, and what you can do is after you sew this, then you cut in between and you fuzz it out, and this creates such a unique look. It's such a pretty way to do this quilt. And look at the pretty binding that we put on there. By the way, if you were looking for some really unique candy cane fabric, I've got a whole bunch of it. After Halloween, I'm going to show you guys some really cool Christmas fabric because we've got some beautiful stuff. So we are going to finish up right now. Think about what you want to do for your holiday projects. Guys, it's almost the end of October. Unbelievable. Next Thursday is Halloween. So, oh, and next Wednesday is one of my favorite granddaughters. I only have 3 favorite granddaughters, but one of them is having her birthday next week. So next Wednesday is Rose's birthday. So anybody who wants to wish her a happy birthday, I will let her know that she is now famous. So everybody, don't forget about the giveaway. We have that Schmetz needle luggage tag and the Arrow retractable tape measure. Those will be given to one of the people who go ahead and share our video. This is how we get new customers and new people learn about us, and we are so grateful. Remember, this is all Facebook related. For those of you who watch us on YouTube, thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful. We've got some new videos coming out. Keep an eye out for that. If you haven't subscribed up on us on YouTube, you will be missing out if you don't do that, because we're always putting new videos out there also. Have a great day, everybody, and we will see you next week, Friday, for Facebook Live.